Welcome to the Nightcap. It's your girl, Carolina Sanchez. We got the gays in the building, baby. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And dating in the gay community is a little different. You got to consider things like top, bottom, verse. What all does that mean? They know. I don't, though. So they're waiting for me on the couch. Let's get into it.
Yeah, what's up for a Nightcap? Chill, you know, kick back.
All right, it's time for me to learn a little something with my friends. We've got Michael in the building.
How's it going?
We got Travis here.
Hi.
We have Dennis.
Hello.
And we have Desi Love Blake.
Hi.
All right, before we dive into the conversation, I'm going to show y'all a little video and then we'll start talking about it. All right, check it out.
Can I what? Can I you, please?
Of course!
Really?
No.
Please!
All right, y'all really understood this. I was a little confused. Okay, so what just happened?
So it said when you're verse and you're dating a top. So the person in the video was trying to.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna pause you there because now I need.
Oh, so you're off already.
I need definitions.
Okay.
So what is a verse?
Someone who's willing to be.
Wait, should we start at the top?
Both roles.
Okay, start at the top.
I mean, do you? Start in the middle and work your way. You got to go both directions at some point in time. But yeah, you can go ahead.
We can go down the list.
Well, yeah, that's like I'm just saying it's that way. Like you get the top, the middle, the extras, and then the bottom.
Let me just explain it to you.
Take control.
The top is the one who puts it in, okay?
Okay.
The versatile is the one who can either put it in or take it, and the bottom just takes it.
Okay. Is there anything missing from that?
No, that's pretty cut and dry, but we don't want it dry.
Yeah.
The verse is the person who's understanding. I guess that's what I was saying.
Understanding.
Like, understanding.
We'll be like, okay.
They're the giver in the relationship where they're like, it's fine. Like maybe today, maybe tomorrow, maybe now. Whatever you want, it's good. It's fine.
They're the one that always loses the argument.
But what do you do if you're
Or
versatile
wins
and you're
it.
dating a top and you want to be a top as a versatile? What do you do?
You're gonna get shut down every time?
Not necessarily. I mean, personally, I'm in a relationship that has that dynamic,
Okay.
Well, that would involve, never mind.
but every once in a while, I get to be the top. Every once in a while.
They get him drunk.
Okay.
He gets him drunk.
They what?
He gets him drunk. He gets him drunk and he's like, oh, I'm doing this today. And he's like, go ahead, you're not going to get it up. It's fine.
And then he wakes up the
then-
next
He's
day
literally
wondering,
reenacting Hercules.
What happened? Yeah. Okay, so verse and middle, is that the same?
Yes. But see, okay, so for me, I'm verse. The
Actually,
top
hold
verse.
on, let's identify.
Okay.
What are we here? Michael?
Mostly a bottom.
Mostly a bottom.
Except when he
Sometimes
gets his
you feel like
boyfriend
you need to be
drunk.
upset. And then sometimes he gets, okay. Travis?
Top.
Top. All day, every day, not mostly top.
Yeah. All
So
all
if
the
you were
time.
in a relationship with a verse, you're never.
That's why I'm not in relationships with versatile people.
Got it, okay.
Yeah.
Dennis?
I'm a top verse, but I am also what I would consider myself a power middle, which just means I'm willing to do whatever it takes to make the person that I'm with happy.
Oh.
Oh.
He's a pleaser.
Is that why?
pleaser.
So is power.
No, it just means
pleaser?
I'm good at whatever I do, either role.
Oh.
You be good at what you do.
That's powerful.
Yeah.
That's where the power
Be good at
is.
what you do.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Desi?
Well, Desi doesn't do anything because there's like 15 layers of tights you would have to get through, and then a big surprise when you get to the bottom. But for me, outside of this, I'm pretty versatile.
Right.
Like anything, either way, whatever.
Okay, so when you are Desi, there's no sex, there's no.
I don't know how you possibly could.
It's
Okay.
so
I mean,
much
I have on like a mattress firm for pads. I have on like Nerf titties and all. So how could once all this came off, you would be left with a dude. So what's the point?
Okay, but you also have a mouth and hands and.
Well, yeah, but when all this comes
That's
off,
a
you got a
different- that's a
guy and
different role.
makeup.
What do you mean that's a different
literally,
role?
like
Okay.
the lipstick and everything like that. Nobody wants that all
That's
over.
a different role, though. That's like a
everything.
side.
What is
right?
that? Like if I wanted to
a
have sex
side?
and drag,
Like a
what is
side.
that?
Well, a side because like you're not. You're
Like a
not-
mashed potato
side?
porn side? What are you talking about?
because like you're not doing like the most you're going to do, especially for you. I mean, unless you're willing to, is you're not getting out of all that gear. You're not getting out of
Oh,
all
so
that.
the best I can do is oral.
That and maybe a hand.
Okay, I could
Dressed
get
like
into
that,
Like,
definitely.
Yeah, you
see what
could get
I'm
into
saying?
So
that.
what would I call myself?
Like a side, like a
so a
side,
side
like-
is somebody who doesn't do
yeah.
penetration. That's what I learned
Yeah,
today.
you're not doing penetration. You're like,
That's-
no.
We're together.
Yeah, I
There you
learned
go.
today. Yeah.
Right.
That's
So
what a
then,
side
like,
is.
you can be like, no, I'm not doing this. I put too much work into this.
Okay, so change my thing at the beginning. Desi is a side.
This is the side.
Okay, and outside of this, you're a
Versatile.
Versatile. And I guess it doesn't matter. You're a versatile.
Depends on how much work I want to put into having it.
True. Yeah.
I'm honestly jealous of anybody that's versatile because that was the whole thing. Like during COVID, I had this whole moment where I was like, okay, I'm gonna be like I'm in my late 30s
gonna
now.
try
Like,
it.
let me
You
like
gonna
go
try
and do
it.
this. No, I'm just not built for it.
You
I'm
just have
not
to
built
work.
for bottoming. It's just one.
Not everybody is.
One,
Not everybody
one,
is.
I'm too controlling of everything that's going on around me. Two, like I cannot stop my brain from like going. So it's just a whole thing. No, I did not enjoy it in any capacity. The whole time I was just like, you better hurry the up.
And I assume there's more prep work.
I don't like the
It's a lot.
preparation.
That's one
God!
thing that,
Honestly,
oh my God.
I deserve an award for the things that I have to go through to have sex. Okay. Yeah, that's. I mean, if you want.
So yes, the prep work is there.
Yes. Okay.
So
For
much.
all I
some-
want to
for
say.
some.
Oh,
For some.
what are you
There
trying
you
to
can
say?
go.
What are you
I
There
don't
is
know.
work. Okay, but if you're
I
gonna
like,
know
there's no prep work necessary for
people,
me.
not me, but people.
You must eat clean and take your fiber and drink lots of water. Then.
I'm telling you, like 1.7 liters twice a day. You know what I'm saying?
And
like,
then you don't have to prep. Is that what you're saying?
And eating right, like I mean, but
Yeah.
also some people are just built different. Some
You
people
heard
are
it here
just-
first. He's going in, taking
Some people,
chances.
some people, no, some people just aren't. I mean, I'm saying I am a really good. I love being a top, and I know people who just don't have to put in that kind of work.
And
I
the
mean,
dipstick
not
never
me.
had oil.
I'm not saying me, but I'm just saying I've known people. I've known people who are just squeaky clean.
And
I mean,
They literally add
Any
Metamucil to every
time-
single meal.
Yes,
Oh my
like some
goodness.
people-
Every
What?
meal. Just
Some
all
people-
the fiber.
some people are. I mean, like you'd be surprised. Like,
That's
you-
why I'm versatile. Do I want to do the work or not? That's the difference.
Oh, that's when you decide. That's how you decide.
That's so true.
If you put enough work in, you're all right.
They got a long
You have to
ass
think about
day.
it like-
you
Right.
have to clean out
Correct.
tonight.
Yeah.
I would say you have to think about it like this. If you're the bottom, which means you're the person who's receiving it, if you don't want to or if you're not feeling it, you hold the power.
don't
So
know
like
about that
if
either.
I don't feel like doing it, then my partner's not having
So
sex.
you get to have the
Well, that's
headache.
because you're in a partnership, right? That's a whole different story. Because you're dating someone who's committed to you, and I'm married, so I get it. But if you were single and you thought you were holding that power over somebody else, they'd be like, "Thank you."
But they would
Next
find
number-
somebody else.
Next,
Exactly.
swipe
Thank you.
the
Next.
next.
But I'm just saying, really, what it does boil down to. I mean, you have to have a bottom to have sex. So if the bottom's
That's
not
not
wanting
true.
to have sex,
That's not true
No,
either.
you can have a
It's okay.
side, too.
Yeah.
apparently.
Yeah. Also, how many tops have moved from being tops to not being tops by meeting the right top?
This is true.
Right.
what?
So sometimes
Hold up. Okay, no, we're gonna have to get into that.
No,
No, we're all
Leaving
over the place
tops
here.
and
We're all
switching
over the place.
Tops, all right.
tops, tight tops.
Well, we're going to continue this conversation later, but coming up next, I'm actually heading over to Trash Panda, who just had a Stonewall takeover. So you stay right there. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Nightcap, and I'm at the Stonewall Inn. Wait, Stonewall is in New York City. So where am I? I'm at Trash Panda Drinking Club where they're doing a Stonewall Inn takeover. So let's go, baby. Let's check them out. All right, so we're here at Trash Panda with the Stonewall Inn takeover. Why is it important for you to be here?
So for the longest time, the leather community has been one of the bigger aspects of the greater gay community, because they've been around forever. They've been the masculine side of the gay community since the end of World War II.
I used to live in Manhattan for years, and Stonewall was one of my favorite bars in Manhattan. And I got a lot of great relationships with some of the people, like DJ Chauncey and Mel, the bartender that we have right now. And I just thought it would be really great to bring this kind of, historic landmark to Houston. They have to remember where it all started, and this is where it all started. With everything that's going on right now, I think this is a very important bar takeover for sure.
Something you may not know about Stonewall is that they crown a Miss Stonewall every year. But 2019 was the last year before the pandemic, but we got our very first one here, Misty Madness.
Yes, thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
What was it like competing?
Oh, it was a arduous process, but ultimately worth it. I got crowned on Sunday and I'm here and it's Tuesday. It's crazy.
Love it. So how important was it for you to show up to this bar takeover in Houston, even though you were crowned in New York City?
Yes, it was important because I felt the Stonewall is the place where everything started, and we need to remember that is what we're fighting for. Pride is always a riot. It's always a moment to continue fighting for our rights and celebrating who we are. So I wanted to do that here in Houston.
With the man who gets the party going at Stonewall Inn, he's here in Houston at Trash Panda. We got DJ Chauncey in the building. You've been at Stonewall for how long now?
Just about 10 years. August will be 10 years, yeah.
So you've seen the
evolution of Stonewall over the last decade?
I've seen so many celebrities, so many charities, so many events to change the course of history. It's really wonderful.
So why do people need to come to Stonewall?
I mean, it's kind of the mecca. You know, it's where Pride began, and it's where Pride lives. So people come there from all over the world, and just the look on their face when they show up is just wonderful because it's like church, you know.
Welcome back to the Nightcap. I've been talking to some friends about what it means to be a top, a bottom, a side, a verse. I'm learning it all. We got Michael, Travis, Dennis, and Desi Love Blake. We're gonna continue this conversation, but I need you to watch this video first, so let's check it out.
Do you think we have more tops or bottoms? Tops. You think we have more tops?
I do.
That's like the most unexpected answer. Like you're the first one who said this.
Well, yeah, in my opinion, it's because it'd be easier. Like there's no prep involved.
You see, there's another guy who sits right there. He said it's easy to be a bottom because you just lay down and do nothing.
That can be true. Not always.
All right, what do we think? What do we think? Oh, well, we discussed the prep work. Obviously, there's prep involved.
First of all, if your bottom's just laying down and doing nothing, that's not a very good bottom.
Okay.
I mean, but the top does do most of the work.
Do they?
And I think so. I think they're like the controlling dynamic typically is the top. I think that like, don't get me wrong, bottoms do work, but like I think the person putting in the work is usually.
Yeah, but it can go both ways because the top can lay down and the bottom can get on top and do all the
But
work.
see, I don't. But most tops, like if you're a good top, you're not going to want to do that. You want full control over the situation. That's why you do what you're doing.
Pillow princesses exist on both sides of the spectrum.
I think also because if
But are you gonna like?
Okay, what is a pillow princess?
Pillow princess is someone who just lays there and does nothing.
Oh, okay. A selfish person.
Yeah.
Or a lazy person.
A bottom.
Or maybe they're just
they're pillow princess tops.
Oh, they are. I'm just joking with you. Yeah,
They just
Desi,
want.
as a verse, what
Yes.
is your opinion on this?
What's the question?
When it comes to the lazier of the two,
Oh.
is it the top or the bottom?
I don't know. I think, I'm a controlling person, so I like to be in control no matter what role I'm playing. So
agree.
So
it
it can go either way.
Yeah, for me.
So you're a good lay.
Well,
But there can also be, but just like you can have a dominant top, you can have dominant bottoms as well.
A dominant bottom?
Yeah.
Bossy bottom.
Power,
lay down.
Power bottom, power top. That's a fun combination.
There's
when you have
lots of
both.
terms in the gay community.
Okay, well, we're here to talk about it.
Okay, let's boil it down. So basically in every position that you can have someone who is, or you can be like a power top or a power bottom, which means you only do one or the other. Or you can be a dominant top or a dominant bottom, which means that you're the one who we've thrown
wait
around.
a minute. I thought a power bottom meant they could take whatever size.
I thought a power bottom meant that's all they did.
Oh, I thought a power bottom meant they're power because they can take power of anything.
Power bottoms mean that's all. Like they are just like.
But it had anything to do with size.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't know.
I don't think that
it all works.
Because like a
It all
dominant
works.
bottom is like a bossy
I don't know because
Okay.
there's also like you have like those roles where you think about like the aggression of it, but then there's also submissive, like you said, like
you got the
submissive
subs.
tops and bottoms, where you're like a submissive top can just like he just kind of almost like you said lazy, but also they just want to be nurtured. They kind of want to be like taken care of. They want to be, and then the opposite where you have a submissive bottom who just wants to be like snuggled and like taken care of and loved on, and so it's just different atmospheres. Like the thing that makes our situation different is we're dealing with the same sex. So then like we all have the same pieces. So then we need to figure out who's doing what at what time. And if you're just a top, then you know your role. But then like he said, then you've got to be ready for, if you're in a relationship, for your spouse to be like, no. You know what I'm saying?
To be shut down.
Versus like someone who's free to do whatever they want to. Or if you're versatile and you're like, okay, well then you're not feeling today, but you still want to have some fun, I go get ready. You know what I'm saying? And that is the thing. That's what opens the door.
Do you not ever get bored just doing one thing?
What do you think you would
Oh
do?
yeah, let's talk to the straight
Do you not ever
person.
just like think about like, man, I am so tired of being
this gets
penetrated
really-
today. I want to do some
really
penetration.
personal for me.
What do you think
I'm
you would
gonna
be?
send you guys to the commercial break. You stay right there. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Nightcap. We've been talking about the roles that you play in a gay relationship, whether you're top, bottom, verse, side, middle, power,
We've lost you apparently.
Yeah,
She's learned nothing.
All the things. You can be everything.
I've learned a lot. Have I not learned?
She knows
enough?
You've learned a little about a lot.
Yes,
she
a
knows
little. I
terms
feel
to
like it's
Google later.
very surface level. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all you need.
Because there's different subcategories, is what I keep hearing, and
Too many to
It's
get
just
into.
too much. Okay, so when it comes to dating, obviously this has to come up, but is it possible to find out too late?
Yes.
So, a lot of
But it's too late. I mean, how's that even possible?
Like
once you're in the bed.
once you're in the bed, and
What
it's
if
like,
you've been with
oh.
somebody for like a long time and that was not something you really wanted to do at first, and then all of a sudden you get into the bed when it's time? It's no different than like a married couple sometimes. I know you're looking at me crazy because most gays don't do that, but just
married,
few
I
that
would
do.
I know friends that have been hoodwinked into like their person ended up like pretending they were top as soon as they started, and then once they got into like deep into the relationship, they were like, "Oh no, I'm bottoming from now on. I'm never changing. Like you're just stuck with me." So yeah, like
So two bottoms just.
yeah, and then that's just
Don't make a top.
one of them has to do something.
Or they just bump
So
up.
wait, I mean, can you do like what's that called? You know,
Bump up.
I don't. That really doesn't do
bump uglies?
anything.
No,
I
that
don't think
doesn't work?
so.
You can have it can work out, right? I think the thing is like, I think it's more difficult for two bottoms than it is two tops.
Well,
to
that's
get
what I
together.
imagine. Like ass to ass with the
Just
the
add
door
a third.
between.
Well,
Just
two
add a
top-
third.
I think two tops
Or add
get
a
to a point
third.
where they're just like they just want it or they need it and they figure it out, right? Versus like the bottoms are like, no, I'm not doing it.
In most instances, though, we're like, hi, nice to meet you. Are you a top or a bottom?
Really?
At least on
Is that
Usually
is
it
that
says it on the
direct?
app, like
Yeah.
in your profile. You already know.
That
it.
is true.
I will say that when I'm talking to someone and it's with an intention of like only a sexual intention, then that will be one of the first questions that I ask. But if I'm trying to like actually date someone, that question's not really at the forefront of my mind because I'm more so trying to get to know the person. But if it's just like, let's lick the pin and get down to business and sign the paper strictly business, it's like, hello, how are you?
But how
Top
do you
or bottom?
ask? Like off the top?
You just throw it out there, top or
You just
bottom.
ask, yeah.
It's very-
Real and
You'd be
personal.
surprised. Like, are you or are you not? Yeah,
It's a
no.
very, so
Yeah,
that's
very
where
direct.
straights and gays differ.
Yes.
We want direct answers to
Yes.
know what we're like. We want to know if we're moving on or we're continuing this conversation. If we're
Right.
on the hunt for what it is we're on hunt
It's
for.
like straight people with like a "Are you down to sort of
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
There's like no hi, hello
Oh,
on the
gotcha.
apps. The first thing you usually get is top or bottom question mark.
Yeah.
Or a
And that's
picture of
not
a
offensive. That's welcome
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
we want to know.
Because it's already
what's up.
understood in a straight relationship, like who's doing what.
Right.
So in a gay relationship, it's different. You have to ask that question before you get into it because why would I waste my time and energy on somebody that's not going to be compatible with me?
I would
'cause
say-
we f- on the first date.
You get down to business on the first, like it's
Oh, no,
literally like
I
it's
don't
like
know
test
about
driving
that.
a car.
I don't know all that. Like,
No,
that's-
Dennis, no?
No,
I
first
have
date.
never not.
I at least need to see it or feel it or something.
I have
on the
never
first date.
not
Maybe
had
not
sex
need
on the
to do
first date.
everything.
No,
Yes.
I don't need that
Unless
either.
I'm not into that person, then
I
I'm
don't
never
know,
going to
it-
talk to him again.
like-
Okay, Travis and Desi need to see it, feel it, something first date. Michael, Dennis?
No, I think it's about the chemistry. If you can have a great piece, but have horrible chemistry, and so like for me, that is the thing. Like I need to know what I'm getting myself into, like as in like your mental capacity, like how good we have chemistry, because that's what I base like good sex off of. Because like you can have somebody who may not do the normal role that you do or thought you were going into, but the chemistry so that you end up doing something that you didn't know you was into, but the sex is just good, right? Like
Right.
so then you do that. But like if you're going just off of somebody's piece, they might be horrible, and you might also hate them. Like you might
Well,
get them to your
yeah.
house
So you
and
just
be
make
like,
it a one-time thing.
I'm saying, yeah, that's
I
what
want
I'm
you in my
saying. Is
house.
like it might
I want you in my
it might
house.
be a second situation. Like I'm not ever gonna move on from the first date if we don't have sex the first date.
Really?
Like
Not-
ever.
not-
I'm not gonna
see,
go to a second date because I'm
really?
like,
I can't say that.
See,
why am I gonna waste my time?
Michael is shook.
I'm shook by that. I
I'm
didn't
like-
expect it, but I'm
I'm like,
shook.
Everybody's shook
literally,
by that.
To be completely honest, like if I'm trying to date someone, if I'm actually trying to date someone, trying to get a genuine connection with someone, I let the sex stuff come organically once we get
Yes,
to the
I
bedroom.
give you that. That is
And then
not
and then in that instance, if someone has to assume a certain position that they wouldn't normally assume, like I'm a bottom. Say we finally get to the bedroom and that person turns out to be a bottom as well, I might turn into a top for that evening.
That's the
That
mostly.
relationship might not continue though.
No, I need to know before that.
Or it might continue
Okay,
on
you
a
need
different
to
way
know
where they're
before
like,
go to the bed.
Oh, because I'm going in prepared for anything at that point.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. On a first date like that, on dates like that, when you're going through the like not knowing phase, you have to prepare for anything. Unless you're like him, where you're like, you know what
I'm
you're
a
doing,
top, and all
then
honesty, though,
you're not, don't get out of my house. You know what I'm saying?
But no, in all honesty, like I work in a position where like I'm highly sexualized anyway. So normally whenever somebody asks me out, I know it's probably for that reason. And then if we click and anything goes on from there, that's the next.
But you said
so. My life is completely different whenever it comes to what I'm doing.
If somebody asks you for drinks, I get what you're saying. Like you're like, ooh, this is a hookup. But if somebody asks you to dinner, that's a whole different kind of category we're going through, right? Where for me, my whole situation now is like, okay, be prepared for anything. You don't know what they're gonna be doing, but let's let it progress to a way where I am actually attracted to you. Like not just like physically attracted to you, but actually attracted to you. So.
I love what you guys have enriched me with today. And I hope the people at home did too. So cheers to y'all. Thank you so much for coming and having this conversation.
Cheers.
And you guys have to come back, all right?
Yes,
of course. We brought in new elements with this dating and like, what do you learn? Oh my goodness. All right, well, you stay right there because coming up next, I take a trip to Trash Panda, which had a Stonewall Inn takeover. So we'll be right back.